What's going on, y'all? It's time for another episode of Bleav in Kentucky. My name is Vinny Hardy. Y'all be sure to go to Bleav.com. Check out this episode as well as all the other episodes of the podcast from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts. Be sure to tell your friends, subscribe, rate, review, give us 5 stars and all that good stuff. We got a great guest on this afternoon. We got a baller on here with us. She even puts baller in her Twitter handle. We're talking about Cassidy Rowe. Cassidy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Can't complain. Can't complain. Appreciate you taking time after school and before practice to hop on here and jump on this podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
We had a lot of fun on my other podcast, Cats Talk Wednesday. You and your dad came on a little while back, so I guess you had a good experience, or else you wouldn't have came on this one. So
Oh yeah, of course.
that's good. We had fun talking with y'all for sure, for sure. Um, if I was looking on your Twitter, and everybody can follow you at Cassidy Baller 5, and it was August of 2018 when you committed to UK. Does it seem like it's been that long ago, or has it been a fast 3 years?
Um, I mean, it feels like it was a long time ago, but at the same time, it feels like it flew by. Like I think of it, that was during my first ACL injury, and I think like that was forever ago in my mind. But when I think of just committing, I'm like, I feel it feels like yesterday I committed. But the injuries make it seem longer just because I wasn't able to do stuff during that time, and it made the days longer and definitely made it harder. So I guess that's why it might feel like it was such a long time ago. But it at that time it was just a dream. I'm committed to Kentucky. Like I didn't really know what that meant yet, but it's just now becoming a reality. Like it's just setting in that I'm actually going to be going to Kentucky, and it's just such an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, this just a few months from now, finish up the senior year, and then it's time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You mentioned the first injury, and for everybody knows Tom Leach, the voice of the Cats, that calls the football games or basketball games. He has what's called an all resilient team, like on his website and his Facebook page. Kids throughout the state that have overcome different things, been through a lot of stuff to still come back and compete. You're on that list of kids for the 2021 All Resilient team. You mentioned one injury. So, just for those that don't know, tell everybody all the stuff that you've had to go through.
So it was in July of 2018. I was playing in Chicago, and I think it was just second or third game of the last day, and I just took a fall, and it ended up tearing my right ACL. So I I was really down on myself, but because Kentucky had come and watched me play during that tournament, and so I got a call from them just a few days later, and they offered me a scholarship, and that really boosted my spirits because I was really down on myself because it's a really hard injury to go through. And then like it was almost a year later. I think it was 11 months later. I was playing high school summer ball, and I did the same thing to my left knee, tore my ACL and my meniscus, and that was a lot more difficult than the first one, pain wise, just physically and mentally. But I've worked really hard to get back to the player I used to be, hopefully even better. And I'm hoping senior year is going to be my best one yet.
Absolutely. Gonna close it out on a high note, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, um, as far as this year, for everybody, I should have mentioned it. You play for the Shelby Valley Lady Cats. You're gonna be a senior on the team this year.
Yeah.
What kind of team? And your father coaches you. Lonnie Rowe is your coach.
Yeah.
What kind of team are y'all looking to have this year? What is it? What's it looking like?
Well, last year we only lost one player, but she was a key player. She'd played her whole life, and she was just a hard worker and a hustler. So we're gonna miss that, but um, we have a lot of talent. We have a lot of young talent, and I think some of our younger girls are gonna get a lot of experience this year. You know, we had a couple girls that are not playing this year, so that hurt us. We're kind of low on numbers, but I'm really looking forward to this season. We haven't really been able to all get in the gym yet because they play different sports, volleyball and soccer. But starting next month, we should be able to see what our team's going to look like for the year.
Has has your role changed from year to year as the personnel and the players on the team change? Have you had to do different things in different years?
Yes, especially just in like with my injuries and everything. Like in middle school, I played up on the high school team, and you know, at that point, I was just trying to be the role player. I was the person who needed to come in and get some defensive stops or just bring that boost of energy. And when I got in high school, that's when I had the injuries and I couldn't play as much. So I learned to just be that supportive, encouraging teammate who, even though I sat on the bench almost every game, like I was there for the girls and I told them to keep their heads up. And I felt like that was good for me just because, I really wanted to be out there, but just watching from the bench, it gave me a different outlook on the game and what's going on. And I felt like an assistant coach, really. And coming back last year was a different feeling because, like, I was the oldest on the team and I was like, I'm the leader now. And, we always had those older players, but it was like I was the older player now. And so I had to step up and become a leader and shoot the ball more. And I wasn't used to that. I was always find the open person. But now I'm like, I've I've got to create my own shots now and find the open person. So I'm really looking forward to stepping into that leadership role again this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you find that once you committed to UK that teams and opponents were coming at you harder? Did you have a even more of a target once you committed?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's just especially there's just people that doubt in the 15th region. Like, I have people say she's not that good. She's not gonna make it at Kentucky and stuff. And I just that just fuels my fire. Like when people doubt me and uh, they like when they released rankings and they put me at the bottom of the rankings. That really just fuels my fire. Though it motivates me to play harder and want to win more games.
And well, I was born and raised in the 13th region, so I know what you're talking about. Everybody in the mountains gets that. Are they really that good, or they kind of look at it sideways? So it's a chip on our shoulder to show
Yeah.
everybody across the state and everywhere that we can hold our own, right?
Mhm.
I know you can. And speaking of being from the mountains, you in the 15th region, you're gonna be following some cats from the mountains. Macy Morris just came through from Bell County. I'm from Harlan County. Blair Green is there now. Have you
Yeah.
gotten to know them or talk with them at different points in times?
Not so much Macy Morris just because she was a lot older than me. I mean, I always looked up to her, but never really connected with her. But Blair Green, I have spoke with some. She's usually the one I speak to most when I go down to Lexington and meet with the players and stuff. And she's taken that extra year, so I'll get to be with her my freshman year, and I'm really looking forward to that just because, just another mountain girl,
Yeah,
and Emma King as well.
right.
Just two
Mhm.
more Kentucky girls.
Yeah, that's it. And all of us, everybody's proud of you, and even everybody more so from Shelby Valley, but everybody from the mountains is proud of you, just like everybody in Harlan County. All those Black Bears are proud of Blair. So, but it spreads over, even if you're not from the same county or the same town. But everybody from the mountains still feels
Yeah.
that pride once you go up to Lexington and put on blue and white. So that'll be the case for you too. Everybody in Bell County and Corbin and Harlan and all in between will be rooting for you just as hard once you get up there. Um, Speaking of the mountains, you've been there at Shelby Valley. You posted that you had Coach Elsie over the other day, and now she's from what, Oldham County up close to Ohio. So what was
Yeah.
it like getting Coach Elsie up in our neck of the woods, up in the mountains?
Oh, it was awesome. When they first messaged about the home visit, we weren't real sure what to do because, there's not a lot to do in Pike County. And so after a lot of thought, we decided to take her to the Breaks Interstate Park, which it's Kentucky and Virginia.
Yeah,
And we got to do some hiking up there, did a few trails and overlooks. And we really had a good day. We really enjoyed it.
that's good. I just smiled when I saw that. I said, good to get old Coach up in the mountains. That was good stuff. Sure was. Now you played for your dad, Lonnie. What is it? Is it hard to separate the player coach and the father daughter, or do y'all kind of keep that under control pretty good?
We actually get along really well. I mean, he gives me all kinds of freedom on the court. And, once the game is over, even if we're both kind of upset about the game, we don't talk about it. We don't try to argue or anything. It goes really well, actually. Um, and I think a lot of that has to do with just me being able to be with him on the bench those couple of years, and just both of us putting our heads together about the game and stuff. And we just get along really good.
That is real good because sometimes it's not so smooth for the relationship. So that's good that y'all
Yeah.
click on the court and when you leave and just go home and go to the house. So that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Are you a perfectionist? Are you like your own worst critic? Are you tough on yourself when it comes to watching tape, or I should have did this, or I missed this?
Oh yeah, definitely. For sure. But like when I go to the gym by myself, like, and I'll be shooting on the shooting machine, and I'll be at like a certain percent, let's say like 68%. And I'm like, by the time I get done shooting, if I'm not at 70 or 75%, I'm going to do it again.
Hmm.
Like I just set these goals in my head that I want to do because, everybody is going to be hard on you. But I mean, that's why you got to be um, your own worst critic, because that's how you make yourself better. You got to set goals for yourself and expectations and work to achieve them.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Now, are you harder on yourself than your dad is, or is he?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, even sometimes he'll tell me to take it down a notch sometimes.
So he's pulling you back from yourself. Calm down,
Yeah.
Cass. I see. That's all right. Um, let's see. As far as your favorite players, NBA, WNBA, do you have a favorite in each league?
Okay, NBA, definitely Steph Curry. I've always loved watching him play. Just some of the moves he makes is just amazing, and his range is crazy, and he's just really fun to watch. Um, Now when I was younger, my role model was Shoni Schimmel, who played for Louisville, and she was, I forget, it was when I was in fourth or fifth grade, so it was a while ago. But she was just a playmaker, and she could shoot it. And she, when I would go to like the Louisville camps and stuff, and she was there, she just was always working. Even when the camp was going on, she'd be working on the sideline. And I really admire her for that. And she went to the WNBA for a couple years, but I don't think she's there anymore.
Yeah, she was really good at Louisville, though. She sure was.
Yeah.
What about favorite UK women's and men's players?
Um, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a Louisville fan at first,
Okay.
so I didn't really become a Kentucky fan until I committed.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
but I've loved watching the teams throughout the years, and Ron Howard, of course,
Yeah.
is an amazing player. I mean, she just makes it look so easy.
Hmm. For
I'm
sure.
like, yeah, when I played in a tournament my eighth grade year, in Greenville, we played a high school tournament there, and her team was in it when she was in high school, and we were watching them play, and I was like, I hate to say this, but I was like, gosh, she doesn't look like she's playing real hard. I don't know. And then we played her the next day, and she absolutely killed us. And I was like, she just makes it look easy. It's not that she's not playing hard. She makes it look easy. And I mean, I just have a lot of respect for her. She's a really good player.
Yeah, she sure is. So that is rare for you being a Louisville fan in Eastern Kentucky. That just doesn't happen a whole lot. You don't see a lot of Cardinal anything in the mountains.
Yeah. My dad was a Louisville fan when I was growing up, and that's what made me a Louisville fan. But Kentucky was so good to me, and it actually shocked everybody. They were like, we would have never thought that you would have been at Kentucky, but I just fell in love with the program and the coaches and just everything they're about.
Right, right. That is amazing. That's amazing. Um, Now I don't. I guess we won't include that tournament where you just played against Ryan when you were in eighth grade. But throughout your high school career, who's the toughest player that you've had to play against?
Um, Let me think. That's a good question. I mean, I've played against Blair Green too, but I guess I was in middle school when that happened. During high school, probably my mind just keeps going back to Ron Howard. I can't really think of anyone else in particular. I've played against them too, Blair and Ryan, and um, yeah, that's all I can think of right now. I
Within
can't
the
really
se-
picture anybody else.
within the season, nobody's really standing out as far as in the region or as far as that goes. But so we'll include Ryan and Blair. We can include them back in it. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
Because I mean, after playing against her, you were in eighth grade playing against her.
yeah.
So yeah, that was an experience and a half going up
Oh
against.
yeah, she took it. She took it from me a couple times.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, it is been great to chop it up with you. Say you got practice coming up in a little bit, so we're gonna let you
Yeah.
hop off and chillax a little bit between now and then. Wish you all the best on the upcoming season, and we'll all be looking forward to it when you do head up to Lexington and play for the Cats, Cassie.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, tell your dad hello, and we'll have to get y'all back
I will.
on our other podcast too. Appreciate y'all.
I will. Thank you so much.